What if you could live to 150 years old and not just survive but actually thrive? Would the world be better or more complicated? Let's explore what might happen if the average human lifespan jumped from around 75 to a whopping 150 years. Imagine the possibilities, the potential, but also the profound, perhaps terrifying consequences. For centuries, humanity has dreamt of cheating death, of extending our precious time on Earth, but what if that dream became reality? What if through medical breakthroughs, genetic engineering, or radical lifestyle changes, the average human lifespan suddenly stretched to an astonishing 150 years? To live that long, medicine and technology would have to make huge leaps. Imagine advanced gene therapy, anti-aging drugs, nanorobots repairing cells, and AI managing your health 24/7. But it's not just about living longer, it's about staying young longer. A 90-year-old might feel like today's 50-year-old. That means longer careers, more time for hobbies, and maybe even multiple marriages. Let's start with the personal. For the individual, a 150-year lifespan presents an incredible opportunity. Think about it. You could master multiple crafts, pursue endless passions. Imagine dedicating 20 years to science, then 20 to art, then 20 to philosophy. The depth of knowledge and skill would be unprecedented. The idea of a single career path would be ancient history. People could cycle through professions, constantly reinventing themselves, bringing diverse experiences to each role. The global workforce would be a melting pot of vast, accumulated wisdom. Relationships would stretch across generations in ways we can barely comprehend. You'd see your great-great-grandchildren grow up. Family bonds would deepen, legacies would be lived, not just passed down. More time for reflection, self-improvement, healing. The journey of self-discovery wouldn't end in your 70s. It would continue for another 80 years, allowing for profound personal evolution. On the surface, it sounds like utopia. More life, more experience, more everything. But this extended existence would ripple through every fabric of society. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. Society would be rocked to its core. The first and perhaps most immediate challenge, overpopulation. If people live longer and birth rates don't drastically decline, the global population would explode. We're already nearing 8 billion. Imagine 15, 20, or even 30 billion people sharing our finite planet. This leads directly to resource scarcity. Food, clean water, habitable land, energy. Every essential resource would be under immense pressure. Innovation in sustainable practices would be critical, but would it be enough? Next, consider the economy and workforce. Redefining work and retirement. The concept of retirement at 60 or 70 would be obsolete. People might work for 100+ years. This could lead to a massive backlog of experienced workers, making it incredibly difficult for younger generations to enter the workforce or advance. Pension crisis and healthcare, pension systems, social security, they would collapse. Healthcare systems already strained would face an unimaginable burden of chronic diseases associated with extreme old age, even if health spans also extended. And what about our social fabric and mental health? Family structures would become incredibly complex. Generations would overlap like never before. Imagine 6 living generations at once. How do inheritances work? What about succession? Identity and purpose. Living for 150 years could bring a profound sense of existential dread or boredom. Maintaining purpose, finding meaning, and dealing with potentially endless loss of loved ones would be immense psychological challenges. Beyond the practicalities, a 150-year lifespan plunges us into deep ethical and philosophical waters. Access and inequality. Who gets to live this long? Will it be a privilege only for the wealthy, creating an even wider chasm between the long livers and everyone else? This could lead to unimaginable social unrest and resentment. Quality of life. Is it just about living longer or living healthier? If medical advancements only extend our frail years, is it truly a blessing? The focus would need to be on health span, the period of healthy, active life, not just lifespan. The meaning of death. If death becomes a distant concept, how does it change our appreciation for life? Would we become complacent, less driven, knowing we have vast amounts of time? Does mortality give life its urgency and meaning? Evolution and stagnation. Would such a long lifespan stifle evolution, both biological and cultural? If older generations hold power for much longer, would innovation and societal change slow down dramatically? Living to 150 years is a fascinating thought experiment, forcing us to confront our deepest desires for longevity alongside our very real limitations as a species and a planet. While 150 years might seem far off, advancements in medicine, genetics, and AI are already pushing the boundaries of what we thought possible. These are not just futuristic hypotheticals, they're questions we might need to answer sooner than we think. Is extended longevity a natural progression, a gift to humanity, or a demographic time bomb waiting to explode? The answers are complex, and perhaps deeply personal. What do you think? Would you want to live to 150? What's the first thing you do with all that extra time? Or do the challenges outweigh the benefits? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this discussion thought-provoking, please hit that like button and subscribe to Future Possibilities for more deep dives into fascinating topics, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching.